You're watching HuffPost Live. I'm Nancy Red, and the Ebola virus has been taking lives and making headlines for weeks now. And the panic doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. So while policy and health officials scramble to find a solution and the world becomes plagued with fear-bola, how do we keep our kids from freaking out? In her blog, How Do You Talk to Your Kids About Ebola Without Scaring the Shit Out of Them, parenting expert Kennedy-Kline breaks it all down for us, and she joins us now. Hi, Tara.
Hey, Nancy, how you doing?
I'm okay. Fortunately, my kids aren't old enough to start asking about this Ebola, but you're a mama of two. How did you go about talking to your family about this?
Basically, we started out talking to them about how they would stay safe with any type of virus. So we asked them questions about, if somebody had the flu or if somebody around you appeared to be sick with a cold, what action steps would you take? How would you keep yourself protected? And the other thing that we talked to them about was signs to be aware of, sneezing, coughing, if somebody seems like they're red in their face or sweating, those are all signs that they might have a fever, they might be sick with something. So basically just being aware of what the sickness looks like and aware of how you can prevent yourself from getting it.
All right, so that's great advice when you have older children who know what's going on. But what about when your kids are younger? How do you even explain what a virus is?
Basically, you can tell them that it's a bug that gets into your system and makes you not feel good. So most kids remember being sick. So having that conversation with them really isn't that difficult. So if you can remind them, remember when you were throwing up last year in the wintertime and you had to eat chicken soup and you couldn't keep soda down and those kind of things, kids can relate to experiences they've already had. When we start talking about things that they don't understand, that's when we really scare them.
All right, so that's great advice for what we should talk about. What do you think we should not mention around our kids?
First of all, conspiracy theories and things that make the problem bigger than it is in an effort to scare our kids into awareness. So talking about how the government is bringing this disease here to kill all of us. I can't tell you how many times I've heard parents saying that to their kids or little kids in my circle saying that to me. That's simply not something we need to be putting into their space. Talking about, you can't be in a group of people because it spreads like wildfire and you can't be within 3 feet of anybody without getting it. That's not true. There are only 2 documented cases right now in the United States. If you're not anywhere near those people and you're not working with those people, then you don't need to be scaring your kids about getting a disease from them.
I know. I actually got a text from a friend of mine. I texted her. I said, hey, when are you coming to New York? She was living in Los Angeles. She said, I'm not going anywhere till this Ebola thing has died down. And I was like, you're a medical doctor. She's like, I'm still not getting on a plane. I'm not putting my kid on a plane. So there's that, which is a little overkill. I get it though. But you do want them to be safe and take precautions when necessary. So aside from don't get on a plane ever, don't go out anywhere, what tips should you actually give your children?
Just basic hygiene, things that you would do with any other virus. Teaching your kids that if someone is appearing to be sick or sneezing or coughing around them, keep your distance from them, get away from them, wash your hands and face frequently. Don't share things like lip glosses or chapsticks or anything like that right now, which is very common. Don't share food, don't share drinks, anything that's going to exchange bodily fluids. I know that sounds really gross, but kids don't have the awareness around stuff like that unless we teach them. So, and also that if you see someone that's sneezing or coughing or appears to be sick and you tell an adult, that's not tattling. That's keeping yourself and other people safe.